over these many years, for joining with me and everyone else in remembering as a community. As we go forward, let's let people know that they stood their ground, and some of them are buried on that ground, but they did it for us. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing to you someone that I admire greatly. Not as a politician, though I do respect him and admire him for that, but I admire him greatly because of the person he is. In all my years in politics, I haven't met a person as sincere as Governor GovPatrick. We are very, very fortunate to have him leading our state even during these very difficult times. He has been a steady hand at the helm and has kept this ship afloat. Ladies and gentlemen, join with me in welcoming Governor GovPatrick.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Senator Pangiatakis, first of all, thank you for your really beautiful, beautiful remarks and the extraordinary tribute. And thank you also for your partnership. I can tell you it hadn't been 14 years for me, although some days it feels like it. But every single day you have been a partner of high integrity and kindness and earnestness and seriousness, and that is a thing to behold. And I thank you for it. I honor you for your service. To all the members of the delegation, to the elected officials who are here today, to the organizers of this very important tribute, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, and most especially to the veterans and servicemen and women who are here today. I just wanted to come by for a moment and thank all of the veterans for your service and your sacrifice, and to thank everyone here for acknowledging the service and sacrifice of those we have lost in the protection of the freedom that Steve so beautifully just described. I read an article the other day where columnists talked about that greatest generation, the generation, and he compared it to the baby boom generation. And of course, the greatest generation he described as we all know it, that generation that fought and won the Second World War and rebuilt Europe, and then came home and created great public institutions and the federal highway system and great social safety net, in fact, launched the civil rights movement. And then he described the baby boom generation, my generation, as the grasshopper generation, because we have been feeding on all of your good work for so much of our lives. And it seems to me an important moment here on Memorial Day, here as we acknowledge the first and highest reason for Memorial Day, to recommit ourselves to that same spirit of service and sacrifice that built so much of what is so great about this country, and to do in our time what we must do to reflect that same spirit of service and of sacrifice. God bless you all. Thank you so much for having me today, and thank you for this very, very important tribute.
The Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, GovPatrick. They remember the greatest generation for a reason, because they won the war. Then came Korea, then came Vietnam, and now this mess we're in. They just announced yesterday that we've suffered our 1,000th death in Afghanistan. The term used during the Korean War and Vietnam was die for a tie. Nobody wants a tie. Everybody wants to win. I spent the last few days trying to put my thoughts together, and then a friend sent me an article